Yes, I can.
So you and it looks like Josh is here are gonna have to do a little bit of this commentary for a minute. My signal's cutting in and out because my Wi-Fi thing just died. I gotta plug it in. But we have got Vlad on the right. He's playing Tyler Bertrand on the left.
Great. Josh actually will be out this round, so I can lead us through the beginning until you get back. But we do
I'll
have
be right back in a second. I
Abomination.
just gotta get a charger.
Abomination.
That's awesome.
That's great. I love to see it at a high level. For those of you who don't know, Joe will never bring a charger anywhere, and all of his devices.
Oh, he'll always forget a charger. Always.
Yeah.
Which is Vlad, left or right?
Excuse me, Vlad, I believe, is right. And he's playing against Tyler Bertrand, who has the Dracula deck. So we have the Strength deck versus the IQ Lockout. So as we saw before, Tyler is playing Fatal Attractions. The no energy will not really affect Vlad. But Vlad is playing a battle site, so that really does play into Tyler's Spider-Girl inherent, which says that her attacks cannot be defended by an activator. So did he
freeze?
Yeah, I was like, did they freeze perfectly, or does he just not?
No, this froze.
Okay.
Oh no. Let me
Call the sheriff.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Joe, the screen froze for a second unless Tyler's not moving. Yeah,
I
this
do
is froze.
Just...
No, his hands are moving, shaking back and forth. I believe he's talking to somebody, or no,
Okay,
he's
good.
right. He's playing with our emotions. He's
Yeah.
really good at just sitting there.
So Tyler right now is 3-3, and Vlad is 4-2. Vlad is in second position.
So Vlad is on the bubble. He's on the win and in. If Vlad wins this and goes 5-2, he's automatically in. If he loses it, he's not necessarily out. If Ty loses, 4-3 most likely will not make it. But since we have a small field, a decent amount of 4-3s are going to make the top 8 today. So my signal might be a little choppy. Let me know if it is, just till I get this internet hub back up.
Okay, they roll a die. Okay. I don't see who went first, but we'll find out in a minute. Right away, he has an activator. I don't think it... Oh, it's the healing everyone with an inherent, which doesn't do anything in the first battle, unfortunately. Places a negate and a reverse, so he has essentially 2 negates, or a negate and a lockout. For those of you who are new, Abomination was added in the last community built set called the Masters of Evil. I believe they have one up for a prize today at the tournament, but if you don't have Masters of Evil, you should try to get some from Larry because they are very fun. You get to play characters like Abomination and Lizard, while also making previous terrible characters playable. Okay, it looks like Vlad just goes 1 and runs. Tyler had 3 activators in his hand, so he wasn't able to place and keep pace. Oh, now we're gonna see some fun because Vlad is playing Maximum Carnage, and the oh no, that's just the no one per decks can be played. So Tyler will not be able to do his lockout this battle.
Tyler also isn't going to be able to play those any power cards, though the 6 any power that's placed to Dracula is technically a 1 per deck.
Yep.
He won't be able to play that gateway.
Vlad won't be able to play his Cheshire Cat. So he's not immune to his own event, but
and I'm assuming he's probably got the lockout for the 1 per deck off the Reavers, so he'll have to use that Reavers as a negate
or possibly a 7. I don't think he'd play the 4 make an additional, considering he's mostly fighting strength anyway.
So I was just getting a little bit of a technical difficulty here, but did you say Vlad went 1 and ran the first hand?
I believe he did, but I don't see his missions moving at all. They're on their second hand. He had 1 in hand, and
there
he just
goes.
There it is. He's listening to. Oh, he went 2 and ran. Or
right,
no, he just ran again. So maybe he just went 1 and run, 1 and run.
Yeah, I think he forgot to move the first one, and then as soon as Ty bet.
So I think what you're going to see him is he's going to build up a lot of offense, and he's going to pull the trigger when he gets the no conceding, no venture.
Now, Ty had a couple of dupes, but he did dupe on one of his Dracula no cards with the word teammate. Vlad has got to hold on to that negate. That's such a tough card for Dracula to be able to deal with. Dracula really needs to get that ability to shut cards with the word teammate off.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it would be so oppressive for Vlad's team as opposed to like a traditional Cadillac, but he does have the defense in the back, and I'm sure he's running some teamworks.
So they're pretty placed out. You know, Ty's got all 6 slots filled on his front characters. He's got a special on the reserve. I didn't see what Vlad bet. He bet very quickly. And I can't see Ty's missions, so.
Huh.
Shawn, I'm going to step away and get Ty's missions on the camera.
Sure. He plays the Cheshire Cat off of the home base, which is not negatable, so he has to block it. There's Joe doing his due diligence, helping the camera out. That's right, we don't need to see the dead pile, guys. See, everybody, isn't that just nicer?
All right, that'll give us a little bit of a better idea what's going on here.
All right, he had a duplicate. Oh no, he played it from hand. 9 or less avoid. Okay.
So they didn't clear that event, but that event was last battle, so that event is not in effect right now.
All right. Now, I can't tell because the way Vlad places his cards. Is that Stars and Garters in play?
I believe if it's on the character, he's played it now.
Okay.
Ty's looking to fire with the teamwork. He goes with the any power teamwork first.
He lets it hit. He's got to deal with a 2, and he uses a 6 to block it. Okay. He's not really scared of cumulative. Huh? Anything you can do, I can do better. He hits you with the exact same thing.
And follows up with the big 7 on Spider Girl, who he knows he can't block with a power card, and he knows he can't use that lockout.
And the defense actually he just used, so he knows it's a pretty clear avenue. Tyler's going to have to use that defense from the back or something from his battle side.
And it's not a bad idea to use the 9 or less. You're running 3 of those. It's a 7. You know, I tend to be a little more liberal blocking with the Spider-Woman card.
Yeah, you wanna try to get the maximum value out of your defense, but we all know how terrible that is. He let it hit, and he's carrying the defense over. We'll see if he knows his deck better than we do.
So that leaves Vlad at 2-3-2. So even though Vlad ran 2 hands in a row, he's left himself at a pretty even split. I don't know exactly what Ty's is, but he only looked to have gone 1 that hand. So I think I'm going to guess he's at 3 in the top and 1 on the bottom.
Looks like Ty had 2 dupes. I believe that's a 7 int and the Dark Beast activator.
Places a negate.
For those of you who are new, Vlad is placing an activator on Team Overpower, but if you play a different home base, you can place a main deck special, which is what Tyler did.
So Tyler's now got access to the negate, which is placed to his home base, Asclepion, and also has Gateway placed on him, which will trigger Ascleon's ability. So Asclepion, one of the new home bases from BMG, says if you play a card by one of your characters that heals hits off the permanent record only, allows you to draw a card, and then that character can make an attack. So that would mean if he uses the Gateway 1 per deck to heal all the hits off a character's permanent record, he would get to activate that ability.
He just swings for the fences and throws an 11 on Spider-Girl.
I mean, it's tough. You know, Ty could want to let that hit to lock out everything he could do, or he's going to use acrobatics and lock out Spider-Girl to force them into the other lockout card.
Which is unfortunate, the timing, because with the Spider-Girl lockout place and the soft lockout with acrobatics, Vlad doesn't have any real universes showing. He was very close to being able to lock his team up.
So he tries to get to the last man in play. That would shut down any cards on Vlad's side with the word teammate. So we know he wouldn't be able to play the ally or the Silver Sable of Void in the back.
And he negates it.
He chooses to negate it.
Yeah. We've talked about that. It's a must negate card. It very rarely whiffs.
Throwing it is a universe, so he can throw it. She blocks with a 3. He's going to follow up with a 6, and I assume, no, he starts going for Donald Pierce. That's an interesting choice. So I think this goes back to what we talked about in the last match. Sometimes people don't want to throw a card if they know there's a block. Other people like to use up the power card and punch through. I think Vlad didn't want to throw it at the 6 any power that's placed on Dracula.
Well, also, Tyler is showing Gateway, so he might not want to pepper the teammates too much and then just have them get healed off.
All right, so Vlad comes back and puts another couple in the top.
Yeah, he had 4 or 5 activators in his hand. He was in that game. Hand, sorry.
I'm kind of surprised he ran quite so early there. I thought we'd see him put out the non-numerical negate. Vlad has 2 discards, a Dazzler Activator and a Silver Sable of Void. Places a Teamwork. Ty places a Teamwork.
There goes that Dazzler. We saw that last time. Love it.
But now he's actually got the ability to throw it when there's a Outback battle site that can't defend it if the power card's combined from Spider-Girl. So again, Spider-Girl has an inherent ability that none of her attacks with power cards can be defended by cards from the battle site. So what you're going to watch for is Ty's going to try to somehow make him use that 9 or less avoid and use the Stars and Garters, and he'll end up throwing that double shot as an 8 a 2-color shot against one of the. Oh, how many is he going? He went 4. It looks like. Vlad draws 1. Vlad draws 2. All right, let's see what Ty's got here.
Ty does have a pretty significant placing advantage. It's 6 to 6 to 10. So with
it looks like Vlad
Vlad's
discarded.
2 dupes, yeah, he had 2 dupes. So and he discarded one of those.
It looks like he discarded one of the ones that he threw. Ooh, interesting. Starts off with the JW.
He was definitely going to use that 5 multi to punch over, like you said. Did he just?
Nope.
He let it hit. Okay, he let it hit, and then as an offensive move, he locks around. Okay.
So if you guys are familiar with Nightcrawler, this card is called Paralyzing Gaze. It is an identical card to Trick Transport. It has the new wording as Trick Transport was ruled by the original Legion. It cannot be used defensively anymore. So Ty has the full lockout. That's what Vlad is up against.
He went for. But Dazzler does have a little sneaky thing where she has some. If Vlad put it in his battle site, she does have an attack that is not affected by specials in play.
Why did Vlad take his 5 away that had hit Spider Girl?
Oh, did he heal it with an Asclepion card?
If he did, I didn't see what it was.
Yeah.
Well, we missed it. Maybe that's what it was. Is he going to do the 4 here just to get a little venture through? He is. Analyst avoid. I have to assume, I didn't get a count, but I have to assume Ty's going for the win on this.
He went 4, so I think we see 1 in the bottom. So there's still 1 in the middle. Turn sideways. So yeah, I think he's going for the win.
So this is interesting. So he's choosing to use that. Now, Vlad is smart. He's got 2 cards in hand. He can throw that Black Knight at Ty's battle site, and if Ty doesn't have a defense, Ty's telling him you have to attack the battle site. Now, see, if he threw the 6, Ty can't actually negate it with either of the cards. The rule for the battle site is it can only be defended by a power card playable by the team, or it can be defended by a special from the battle site. So if he throws that 6 and hits the battle site, he could get, there we go. If Ty can't defend this, he's going to lose both cards in his hand. And that'd be bad news for Ty. What's going on?
Did he not discard the 2?
Maybe he had another card that he blocked with. He had the 8 in his hand, so he could have blocked it either way. So it didn't, whatever we missed there, it didn't matter. Ty had the ability to block the 6 and could throw all the teamwork follow-up, so Vlad wasn't going to be able to block anything. So Ty sets his deck up for a full lockout. He pulls it off. Vlad doesn't have the negate to get out from under it.
Where's Little Iceman when you need him?
Absolutely. So that'll be interesting to see who moves on. So both players are going to end up 4 and 3. Just with the way the matchings worked out, because we have a little bit of a small field in this tournament, there's going to be quite a few 4 and 3. So going into this round, Phil Miller was 6 and 0, but nobody was 5 and 1. Everyone else had at least 2 losses, which means there's going to be a lot of 4 and 3s.
Yeah, we very well could see either one of these or both.
Yeah.
Again,
Vlad was one of the only people that had the option to go up to 5 and 2. So him losing there means there's a potential that there is a 7 and 0, and then everyone else going into the top 8 is 4 and 3. And that's a really wacky way to have the math work out. But sometimes in these smaller tournament round robins, everybody loses to a person who beat the person they lost to, and you end up with a situation where it comes down to a lot of tiebreakers.